Did you give me the sheet, the mouse sheet?
Alright, I was keeping tally on it to see when I was going.
Oh, okay. Thanks, Jamie. So let's give Jamie some applause.
One of the most brilliant musical minds of all time once said, "My music is the spiritual expression of what I am, my faith, my knowledge, my being." He said, when you begin to see the possibilities of music, you want to do something really good for people, to help humanity free itself from its hang-ups. He said, I want to speak to their souls, and speak to our souls he did. John Coltrane was an amazing individual in so many ways. The saxophonist's career stretched across jazz in its entirety, and cannot be pinpointed to one specific subset or subgenre. Some like to call John Coltrane the master of the unconventional. Nothing was ever satisfying to him. His musical style changed like his clothes, and he was always learning, even in the late stages of his career. John Coltrane had a hunger for knowledge and learning new things, which made his life so full of adventure and creation. Due to his experimentation in his music, he is credited for starting many musical trends that are hugely prevalent in modern music. John Coltrane's music is just unlike any other music of his time. He created this music in a time of oppression and pain, and as a young black man, he was considered the voice of the oppressed. His techniques were so versatile that his work can really speak to anyone. It's my honest opinion that if you are having a bad day or you're feeling stuck and uninspired, if you turn on a John Coltrane record, it can completely change your perspective. Despite John Coltrane's upbeat musical style, his life was not all celebration. Similarly to his genius instrumentals in the various registers of the saxophone, Coltrane's life was a series of very high highs and very low lows. His struggle with drug addiction took a toll on him, and he was exposed to a great deal of death and loss in his lifetime. However, it was his ability to persevere and to channel that confusion and sadness to pursuing his ambitions that makes him so inspirational. Everyone has a forte, right? Some people love tennis and lacrosse, and some people love to sing, science, math, writing, whatever it is. We as humans have the potential to take something that we love and to use it as a vehicle to touch the lives of others. No matter what the channel, Coltrane once said, you can play a shoelace if you're sincere. His music is a perfect example of this, of something that is done with such sincerity and such respect that it actually defies the laws of common sense. Common sense said that a black man born in North Carolina in 1926 to a broken family with little money couldn't make it into mainstream musical fame in a still segregated society. It said that the talent of such a man would be ignored and neglected, and it wouldn't have the resources to flourish. However, the life and career of John Coltrane is so incredibly important for reasons much deeper than the fact that he was an outstanding musician. He superseded the norm. He broke through the restrictions he faced with ease. I'm speaking not only about a man, but what this man represents. The possibility to be born as the oppressed and to grow to the celebrated and respected, to begin an amateur and to become a master, to fall into a rut of intense drug addiction and sadness and depression and hopelessness, and to learn to stabilize your life yourself and to find God, no matter who your God is, and develop a life dedicated to spirituality and purity. John Coltrane's ambition and talent allowed him to take full advantage of his potential and of these possibilities. This man reminds us that by simply dedicating your time and interest into anything, you can earn yourself the tools that you need to take you where you want to be and to leave the legacy that you want to leave. John Coltrane died at only 40 years old, but men like John Coltrane never die. His brilliance lives on, and in his influence on music and in his message, that despite the cards you may be dealt, possibility in itself is a gift that we can do whatever we want with. Men like John Coltrane leave the earth having really lived. And if I could wish anything for you all as my friends and classmates, It's that you would take the time to understand the possibilities of your life and to let John Coltrane's life inspire you to dream, to experiment, to explore, to practice, make mistakes, create. Just leave the earth when it's your time to go, having really lived like John Coltrane did.
Thanks, Jaime. I think you having done it early